Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another video with Artisan Automotive. We are back. We haven't been here for 12 months, I'd say. And the reason why, we've had ups and downs in the business, a lot of trials and tribulations. And if you're a business owner, hats off to you, because I know it's super hard. Now, what I need from you guys, mostly you, friends and family, is to subscribe to the channel, because then you'll get notifications, if you turn on the bell, of what we are doing over the next couple of months. So, we're planning on dropping a lot of content, teaching you how to become a successful car detailer. Now, in today's video, we are working on a beautiful Golf GTI. The first video you're gonna see is how to do a decontamination and a deep clean of a daily driver. So, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Let's go! So it is Saturday, it's the weekend, and we're doing some YouTube filming. Working on a Golf GTI. That's the subject in question, this one, you know, the dirty one. And I'm doing some behind the scenes. So maybe I'll stitch this clip in somewhere, who knows. Now, this is an everyday car for some. The problem with an everyday car is it's got a lot of mess in it. Let's go and have a look inside the car, see what I'm talking about. Now, from the outside, it doesn't look too bad, but actually when you get up close, you can see the wheels are absolutely filthy. Look at this, dirt, not a good look. And I'm not too sure if the owner has actually curbed it, which is kind of uncommon for people with a Golf GTI, because you'd expect them to be a bit of a driver, but you know, not everyone's got the talents, unfortunately. As you can also see on the car, there's a lot of tar and contamination on the bottom of the vehicle. What you find happens here is when this tar sticks to the car, it actually contributes to why the car gets dirtier a lot quicker. So what we're going to do today is called a decontamination clean. We're going to get rid of all this rubbish and make sure that the car has some good protection so it stays cleaner and shinier for longer. Now, look at the roof. Bird poo. There's bird poo on the roof. Now, if you don't know what that does to your vehicle, you'll think it's not a big issue, just a bit of bird poo. Wrong. Birds eat berries, and unfortunately there's acid in those berries, so when they poo, that acid transfers to your paintwork, and what you'll find will happen, it will eat through the clear coat, and sometimes, in some cases, it's unfixable. So, as soon as a bird poos in your car, try and get it off as soon as possible. Shall we have a look at the inside? Mate, look how dirty his car is, man. And he expects us to give this the arty touch. He's having a giraffe, isn't he? Look at the inside of the vehicle. Why do we get all the hard jobs? Now, this owner seems to like a bit of the sweet stuff. We've got Yazoo, we've got McDonald's, ice cream at that. Now, I'm a McDonald's fan. And when I go, I normally have a Oreo McFlurry. Any guesses what you think this guy's had? Now, interior is really dusty, which again, is not a good look, because the problem with dust is it affects your breathing. So in an ideal world, just giving your car a frequent clean, maybe once a month, will prevent you having any health issues, breathing in some stuff that's no good for you. So what we're gonna do in the interior is we're gonna use our Tornador to blow all the dust out, to get most of it out of the vehicle. We're going to give it a good vacuum, so when the owner jumps back in the car, his health is A1. Not much more to refer to you on the inside of the vehicle. I think it's time for us to start cleaning. Oh yeah, the boot. What do you think's in the boot? Let's have a guess. Now, a small little clue. This particular guy used to play football. What do you think's in the boot? Let's have a look. What is it in the boot? That's the question. There's shin pads, there's football boots, there's a lot of sports attire. But to be fair, the boot isn't that bad. So the next step for us, let's get this stuff out, put it on the side, let's start attacking this Golf GTI. Look at this, man. Look at this. What are we doing with all this stuff here? Socks. What's his socks?
But I don't see it saving me.
Oh man, I ain't got it no more. Getting old. Whoa. Oh, we've got the ball. Okay. Come on, you can come with me. Oh. He said he used to play football, he did. His legs are gone. So we always say when we're doing your car, clean out the car first. Makes our job way more efficient. But on this one, we don't mind giving a little extra helping hand. What do we have here? Seems like someone's got a dog. As you can see, there's also dog hair in here. Yeah, this one might be a little bit more challenging than we first expected. Oh well, let's do what we do best. As you can see, we've emptied out the car. Now it's time for the real work. We're going to start off on the outside, do the process that you all know, snow foam and all the good stuff, and hopefully make an amazing job of this Golf GTI. Let's get started.
You got me, we gon' hold it down, ayy. Got my squad, family, no one else around, ayy. I'm feeling blessed, so I give them thanks. We one of a kind, you cannot replace. God, I need no upgrade. He made us new, no update. And I'm hoping that you stick around. You stay in the circle, we up in there, just like an Audi. When I feel like I'm going up for the rest, you keeping me grounded. You showing me love and taking me up, I'm glad that you found me, found me.
All I want for Christmas is you. Ain't nobody else gonna love me like you. Not entertaining thoughts of the mysteries, all the fairy tales. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you. Ain't nobody else gonna love me like you. Not entertaining thoughts of the mysteries, all the fairy tales. All I want for Christmas is you.
So the beautiful thing about working in the shade, the products don't dry out too quick. So the snow foam on the car right now, we're leaving it on while we're cleaning the wheels because we're working in the shade. Now if we was working in the sun, we'd actually have to rinse this product off straight away because it would start to etch into the paintwork. So rule of thumb, if you can, try and find some shade when you're working. So now we've got Emilios rinsing off the snow foam. And the reason why we do that is because we want to try and get as much dirt off the car as possible. Once the snow foam is rinsed off, we will then go in with our 2-bucket wash method. 2 buckets, the infamous 2 buckets. One is shampoo and the other is rinse. So you want to shampoo the vehicle with 1 mitt and then rinse that mitt off in the rinse bucket. And then we go ahead with shampooing another area of the car with the mitt and also rinsing that off. So in the summer, owners tend to drive a lot faster, and then what you find happens is flies get attacked on the windscreen. Now sometimes cleaning it with a wash mitt is not enough, so one thing I tend to do is get a little bit of clay and clay the windscreen. This will help not only get the flies off, but any other contamination that's stuck on the glass. Top tip, use clay on windscreen. So the next step in the process is the decontamination, and we're going to do that by way of clay in the car. Now there's many ways you can do it, but what we tend to do is spritz a little bit of snow foam over the car for lubrication and then a light clay around the vehicle. That will get all the off the car. Now the benefit of that is when you protect it, if a protection is meant to last, let's say a month, you'll find that it lasts exactly what it says on the tin. Now when you don't get the stuff off, you may find that your protection doesn't last the recommended manufacturer's time. Get the stuff off and then protect it properly. So, I'm giving the car a light clay. Now the benefit of doing this on a white vehicle is it doesn't show up major imperfections. I wouldn't recommend claying a black car without doing a light machine polish. And the reason why, you'll see a bit of marring in the paint, which is very faint scratches. Now, white vehicles are good to not show up all the major imperfections, hence the reason why we're doing this. And the other benefit is the protection we put on will actually hide a little bit of the clay marks. But ideally, when you clay, then polish. So the best way to clean exhaust is with something a little bit abrasive but not too harsh. It's going to scratch the exhaust, so we tend to use a little bit of metal polish. Now, as you can see, we are using a microfiber towel, which is probably one of the softest methods in terms of removing it. And if that doesn't work, then you can go to a little bit of wire wool. You want to try and find a fine grade wire wool first to start with. And if it's not coming off, use something a little bit more aggressive. And if that's not works, you can get a drill brush with actually a brush tool that goes in the exhaust pipe and cleans it. As you can see here, this is the before, and this is the after. As you can see here, we are drying off the vehicle. Finally, we can appreciate the colour. Mother of pearl, so I'm being told. How does it look now?
Taking her back by her ass, think she in love with my cat size. Put it hard like bad vibes, can't give me no cash.
Texting a customer back. Want me to call them after this. And getting all the dog hair out of the carpet with this handy tool. It's called a dog hair brush. Great tool to have. It's a little piece of rubber with some knobbles on it. It gets into areas that you can't get to with just your vacuum alone. So handy tool. Get one of these.
Are you getting paid to promote them, just?
Nah, this one is nobody's brand, so.
Want to shout out any brands if in case they want to work with you?
Shout out Auto Finesse. James, I hope you're watching this. And I'll see you in September. So one of the hardest challenges you face as a mobile valeter and detailer is meeting client expectation. So one of the crucial things you should do is ask loads of questions to find out what the client actually needs. Some people say, can I just have a quick vac? But in order to get the little, what's the word I'm looking for? The little itty bitty bits. Itty bitty bits. To get rid of the itty bitty bits, you've got to spend a serious amount of time, which means the price is going to go up. So one of the things you see me doing here is spraying a liquid onto the carpet. Now, it doesn't have to be a specific liquid, but use something like an interior cleaner or all-purpose cleaner. And then what you find is the dust that normally flies all over the place becomes more dense with the water going onto the product. So when you vacuum, it sucks it straight up into the vacuum. Some people tend to vacuum like this. So what you find is dust flies everywhere. Spritz a bit of all-purpose cleaner first and then give it a vacuum. Little tip that I learned. So I was asked, why do we have this on the alloy? Now, this looks like some corrosion on the actual alloy itself. One of the reasons this could be is because the wheel cleaner that was used was too strong. It may not be wheel cleaner, it just may be a product that's too strong. So what you find on diamond cut wheels, you have to be very careful about what type of product to use because there's two separate finishes. You've got the interior which has been painted and you've got the exterior which is diamond cut. Now diamond cutting is done on a lathe. It's a piece of metal that goes around the alloy and it gives it this refined finish. Sometimes if you use too strong of a product you get this. The only way to really rectify it, refurb the alloy wheel, and once you do that, make sure you stay away from harsh chemicals and that shouldn't happen again.
We vibing under the city lights, wherever the wind go take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing, under the city lights. Wherever the wind gon' take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad ain't fall from the deep end. Said we vibing.
Got me shot. What do you want me to say? So basically, the outro for the video is me doing kick-ups and trying to look at the camera at the same time. They say it's like riding a bike, innit? Once you got it, it never goes. Oh! Except for that, the touch is a bit soggy. A bit like the villa.
Under the city lights, wherever the wind gon' take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. And we vibing, laying on black sand beaches, thinking of what life teaches. So glad and fall from the deep end. Said we vibing, under the city lights, wherever the wind gon' take us. If it's good, we make it contagious. Said we
What can I say? We are done. Thank you for watching the video. And there's two reasons people usually subscribe to a channel. It's either entertainment or education. And hopefully we've ticked one of those boxes. So please, 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 subscribe to the channel, share it to your friends, and we'll do our best to keep banging the valuable content for everybody. Whatever you do, do it well.
afraid of the top now.